Hey guys, welcome to another video. And disregard my hair, I just got out of the shower, so it might look a little darker than normal, which would be pretty dark because, I'm a natural brunette, dark brown hair, hazel eyes. I got Mystic here. So there's our cutie. That blanket is directly in front of me, it's the end of the bed. You guys usually see this blanket in the stream actually because it's right behind my computer chair. But yeah, she's just crashed out, chilling, hanging with me. She's always here. Like every time I do these videos for you guys, she is always in this position, or she'll be like at the pillows, which is where I'm at. So yeah, anyway, let's get started with the video. Got my coffee right here, which I believe I'm not supposed to be drinking, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But you can never take my coffee away from me. Okay, so as I said last week, I had a dentist appointment this week. It's always on Tuesdays. I went in on Tuesday, and I guess they had left a message for me on my voicemail, but I'm horrible at checking my voicemail. I'm about as bad at checking my voicemail as I am at checking my emails. And I guess they had sent me one right before my appointment saying my dentist wasn't gonna be there. And I have huge dental anxiety. And I finally found a dentist that I'm comfortable with. And so when I went in and I realized he wasn't gonna be there, I like on the spot canceled my own appointment. Basically, I said, well, I have huge anxiety. I really don't want to get used to another dentist. I only want to deal with the one that's been working on me for the past 6 months or whatever, however long I've been going. And I don't know if it's been 6 months, but it feels like a long time. It's probably been appointments for like 3 months. I've gotten a lot of work done. But yeah, so they were okay with that. They understood my dental anxiety, and I think they really understood. Like they know me. I've been coming in every 2 weeks for like 3 months. so yeah, they are, they are familiar with, my situation, I guess we'll say. And so they were fine with it, and I managed to luckily book it the next day, which I thought was really amazing. And then the next day came, and I had every fucking symptom in the book. So we'll start by saying I canceled my dentist appointment. I called them in. I said, you know what, I gotta swap my dentist for a doctor today. And they were pretty understanding. So, I was feeling like a lot of crap that day. So yay that they were understanding. And I haven't rebooked the appointment yet. I feel like I could. I feel a little better today. But I haven't, and it's a holiday on Monday. Well, sorta, it's Remembrance Day. So yeah, and it's always Tuesday they have the appointment. So I highly doubt I'll get into the dentist this following week, but probably the week after I'll get in. And yeah, so I'll rebook. I'll call them on Tuesday and rebook my dentist appointment. As for why I was feeling like crap, so little backstory. So all of last week, I was pretty much not eating very much anyway. And the reason is because every minute of the day I felt full. I was so bloated, and I had felt like I constantly was full, and I'd even be hungry, but my stomach would feel so full that I couldn't eat. And so I just kind of like, as I usually do, I just put it off to the side. I'm like, eventually I'll get better, and and I'll eat when I get better. And so there was a lot of stomach pain in between there because I was bloated, so I was having some huge pain. And so I was just kind of dealing with it. And then Wednesday rolled around and I was dizzy. I guess faintish falls into dizzy. I had a headache. I was vomiting. I had my sore tummy. I had cramps. Just so many symptoms. So many symptoms. So normally, I don't go into a doctor unless I feel like I'm dying. That day, I felt like I was dying. Yeah, I made it a thing that I was gonna go into the doctor, but I could not walk. Right, I was so dizzy that like this bed, I was hanging, like just chilling at the side of the bed from the floor, like with my arm just on the bed, and even that was making me dizzy, but I couldn't properly walk. I was very, very dizzy and faintish. The vomiting part came like an hour after. I didn't realize I had that quite at the time where I was like, oh, I gotta see a doctor. Vomiting doesn't make me go see a doctor. What did it was the faintish, the dizziness. Yeah, me not being able to focus enough to walk is what initially kind of was like, okay, this might be serious. I couldn't even get down the stairs, right? So I called my friend to help me. And so he helped me, and, we went to the doctor, and I had him dealing with most of the doctor stuff because I constantly felt like I was going to vomit. Like I wasn't even there when they prescribed the medicine. Like I went to the counter and dropped my purse down at the counter, and I took off. Like, yeah, he took care of, like, I had my insurance in there and everything, and he just kind of took care of it all. So the verdict when I went to see the doctor was that I had acute gastritis. I was prescribed 3 different medicines, 3 different pills. I'll go over them, if it makes no point in telling this story if I don't give you all the details, right? So the first one is called pantoprazole. Although it might just be pantoprazole, the Italian in me wants to say Prazzoli. And that decreases the acid that's produced in your stomach. The other one is called dimenhydrinate, and that's the one that prevents vomiting and dizziness. The over-the-counter for that one is Gravel. So everyone knows what Gravel is. Yeah, that's basically what it is, just probably like an extra strength Gravel. I find it quite interesting that it treats dizziness because that is the one bottle out of the 3 that on the bottle says may cause fatigue and dizziness. So like the one that's treating dizziness might actually cause you dizziness by taking it. Like, yeah, I just think that's very weird. And then the third one is hyoscine butylbromide, and it treats cramps. And I guess one thing I didn't know, which is weird because I'm a female, I should know this, but my best friend who is a male told me this. And I guess that one, a lot of women take it during their menstrual cycle to help with cramps. Me personally, for years, I've lucked out with my cycle. Like I would say up until I turned 40, I didn't even know. Like my menstrual would just show up, and like nothing would really guide me to it's coming soon, other than, I guess people track it, but I never did. I was like, whatever, when it comes, and you know, when it's gone, it's gone. Right? Yeah. Yeah. And it wasn't until I turned like around 40 that I would actually cramp like a couple of days before it would occur, and then it would happen. And so I kind of have an idea now, but the cramps were never so severe that I felt the need for medicine. I didn't know people actually took pills for that. Yeah. I guess it makes sense, you know. You can take pills for cramps, and yeah. I just never have. The thing to know about me is I hate taking pills. I hate all medicine. I don't even like taking Advil and Tylenol and all that crap. Like, I just don't like medicating, you know? And for the most part, I don't. I don't. Unless it's something I feel is very serious. With this case, I accepted it because I don't want to deal with that every day. And I was, you know, the vomiting was only Wednesday. And thank God I haven't had that since. But I'd been dealing with a lot of pain for a week. So if these meds, you know, solve that, then I'll do it, right? Like, I never took anything for my depression. I just went on with my life, you know? And yeah, so that's that. I wrote down all the symptoms because I figure since this was my week and this is what we're gonna talk about today, maybe I will advise you guys. I told you what they help do. That way, if you want to go get an over the counter, you know, like for the pantoprazole, you could just ask them, you know, what can I take to decrease acid being developed in my stomach. The dimin hydrate, just get gravel. And the hyoscine butyl bromide, just ask them what over the counter treats cramps. I'm unaware of an over the counter for cramps. So for symptoms, I wrote the whole list down. Okay. So the number one symptom is weight gain, overweight, obese. I have some weight gain. I am slightly overweight. I definitely don't fall in obese, but I am slightly overweight. And, you know, I don't think that was the cause, because it's something that I'm still working on, of course. But I don't think that was the cause, because I know the rest of the symptoms. I'll tell you what I think was the cause. The second one is family history. As far as I know, I don't have a family history of, who knows, yeah, it's not like I ask. Hiatal hernia. I can definitely say I don't have that. Yeah. Smoking. No, I quit quite a while ago. There's no way it would have been from smoking. Yeah, I quit smoking like 10 years ago. So maybe even 11 now. Fatty foods. Yes. Yes, I do like, you know, chicken burgers, fries. I love fries. Yeah, I do have fatty foods, you know, every so often. I wouldn't say I go overboard with them, but, you know, I'm not on a diet here. I'm just working out, losing weight while I'm still eating the things I love, right? So yeah. Alcohol, coffee, and soda. I don't drink a whole lot as far as alcohol, but I will occasionally get some booze, and I like my whiskey. And a few weeks ago, even on stream, actually, I had bought a case of, it was like a mix of, I guess we'll call them coolers. They were in a can, and some were like tequila, some were rum, you know, like, yeah. So maybe that affected, but I don't drink enough for alcohol to really be the reason. But coffee, I do coffee every day. Although I have cut down. I only do 1 cup a day now. But there was a while there where I was doing an decent amount of Tim Hortons. And yeah, I love Tim Hortons, but if you do too much, it can kind of give you some gut pains. Yeah. Soda, for the most part, I try to avoid soda. But I did recently pick up a case of cranberry ginger ale because I love ginger ale. I'm not a big cranberry person. You'll never see me get like a cranberry solo drink, but I like cranberry ginger ale. However, looking on the can of them, it is high in sugar. Like even like Pepsi and, Dr. Pepper and all that, I don't think they say that on the can. You just know that there's a lot of sugar in there. But this one actually says it on the can, which is, it's crazy to me because whenever I think of ginger ale, I think of it being like the better one, but it's just as bad as the rest, right? That could be the reason I don't do a lot of all three, but I do all three. The next symptom is one I definitely do, and that is lying down within 3 hours of eating. I 100% do that. I am really bad for that. My schedule is pretty busy, and how I end the days usually is by streaming. And so I'll generally start my stream around 6, and then it ends around 10 or 11. I end stream, I go make some dinner, I eat, then I go brush my teeth, wash my face, get ready for bed. I'm usually in bed within 2 hours of eating, not 3. I would say within 2, sometimes within 1, so yeah, like I am very bad at that. Yeah, I do not give myself the 3 hours to before I pass out. And then the last symptom is high blood pressure meds. I'm not on any regular meds. Like, yeah, I knock on wood. My coffee's right there, so I had to be careful. But yeah, I don't take meds unless something happens, like it did this past week. Yeah, so those are the symptoms, and I think I have a good amount of them. I have weight gain, I have fatty foods, alcohol, coffee, and soda, lying down within 3 hours of eating, and I think that's a pretty decent amount. That's half the list right there. So yeah, I think, considering the pain my tummy has been in, if I had to pick one, I would pick the lying down within 3 hours of eating. I think that is probably the number one reason I am having the issues. Maybe I need to, start streaming later, It would equal a shorter stream, but maybe I start at like 8 and then I can eat at 6, and yeah, I don't know. Clearly like that is a big reason though, because I never give myself 3 hours. Like I have never done that. Pretty much I won't say my entire life, but I will say at the very least my online life. Yeah, whether, like, we're not even talking just like content creation. I was a gamer long before content creation. And as a gamer, you eat late usually. You hang out with your friends or solo, whatever, and you eat after you're done, and then you go to bed. So I would say I have been like this probably, I would think as a kid, my dad was kind of in charge, and he'd call me for dinner, and so it was probably a little better when I was a gamer as a kid. But a gamer as an adult, I would say starting anywhere from, I don't know, let's say 20. Yeah, I would say I've probably been like that, and that would be, not to give away my age or anything, but that would be 25 years I've been doing that at least. So yeah, I think that's the major reason. I hope that helps you guys know a little bit about it. One cool part about being older, I guess, is that I can help some of you guys that are younger. If you stay on a bad path, this will be you in some years, and then you'll have some answers, right? Of course, always, go to a doctor, get some real answers from a doctor, but I did go to a doctor, so these are answers that I was given by a doctor, so yeah. I may not be a doctor myself, but I am giving you, the results that my doctor gave me. So yeah, that was my week this past week. Yeah, it was not fun. I'm feeling better now. I'm still taking 2 of the 3 meds. I was told to take all 3 twice a day, every day for a week. But I haven't been vomiting, I haven't been dizzy, so I haven't felt a need for the dimenhydrinate, which is basically the gravel. And so I've been skipping on that one, just because, the bottle says twice a day or as needed, and I don't feel like I need it. So yeah, and I'd rather have it around for when I do need it, right? Like if that symptom comes back, then at least I don't have to go back to the doctor. I'll just have all the stuff in front of me. So I've been taking the pantoprazole, which is the acid one, and the butyl bromide, hyoscine butyl bromide, which is the cramps. Yeah, I still feel, I still have some stomach pain. So I definitely think I'll probably be taking that one the full week. I feels not too bad that I'm feeling better before the week, so I think that's a good sign. That was my first doctor's trip in 20 years. One thing you will notice on this channel as I am telling you about my life, as much as I'm willing to share, there is a lot of things in my life that's very, very private, and I probably will never share on video. But I'm telling you guys a huge part of my life, and one thing you will know through this is how long I've gone without doing the things that average people do. The dentist was 20 years, since I'd been to a dentist, and that was with like needing work. That wasn't just like, my teeth are fine, let's go 20 years. That was like, we should go to a dentist, and then 20 years later, right? And then the doctor, of course, is around that same time, 20 years. If you really put 2 and 2 together, you know what happened. I just haven't done a video really on the depression, so you don't really know, but I'll tell you straight out. That's when the depression started. 25 is when, that is literally when my depression started. And so if you really think about it, yeah, it completely makes sense, right? Yeah, at that point, I was isolating myself. I wasn't talking to my family. I wasn't talking to my friends. You know, I wasn't going to dentist appointments. I wasn't going to the doctor. You know, like I was very much, you know, to myself. And yeah, yeah. So it's really like, you know, if at this point in the videos on the channel, you probably wouldn't have put that together if I hadn't just told you. But you know, and you know, once you know the timeline of the depression, it just all kind of goes together. I'm doing better, which is why you see me going to dentist appointments and, you know, and I went to the doctor and yeah, like, yeah, yeah. That's kind of proof of the healing process, I guess. And this channel is proof of it too, because like back then I would have never done like videos talking about myself and what I've been doing. And so that's it for today's video. Yeah, hope you enjoyed. You know, the intention wasn't to end on a happy health note again. That was supposed to be a one-time only outro, you know, that I did last week. But I guess since health seemed to want to be part of the topic this week again, you know, happy health. Make sure you're keeping up on your stuff. You know, I'm definitely not good for that. Especially as a woman, I should definitely be going to the doctor a little more often. I go when my body tells me to go, and that is not how it should be done. I like, once again, having gone in 20 years, I'm pretty sure you guys can think of many reasons why a girl, a female, especially of my age, should be going to the doctor regularly, whether it be breast exams or checking to see if you got cancer or diabetes, because both cancer and diabetes run in my family. Like, there is many reasons I should be going for some regular checkups, and I don't. So, you know, and maybe in the new year, I'll you know, I'll finally go do that. I can't see it getting done within, like, it's November. I do not see myself going in for regular checkup this month or next month. It would probably be a next year thing. And yeah, but you know, learned from my mistakes. Definitely you should go check your health as soon as possible, especially if you're getting older. Yeah, you should not be doing what I do and only going when your body feels like it's dying. You know, you don't want to do stuff too late, you know, like. But nonetheless, that's this video. I hope you enjoyed. Here's a little quick outro of Mystic. There's our cutie. And yeah, have a great week, guys. I hope you had a great weekend. Happy health. And we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.